All right. Um, for this, we're solving systems of inequalities now. So it's just like solving equations. We need to get y by itself. Fortunately, it already is. So going back to chapter 2, lesson 7, graphing inequalities. Okay, we need to graph the lines just how we normally do. I'm going to put that in red, this in green, and I'll set it up in black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the big thing here, let's graph it. So plot my y-intercept. I'm going to go down 2, so I'm going to do that in red. Go down 2 and then use my slope to get my next point. Because my slope is -1/1, I'm going to go down 1 to the right 1. Now that's all it takes. It takes 2 points to graph your line. And so now I can graph my line. It's a solid line because it's less than or equal to. So I'm going to graph a solid line. And then this, because it's less than or equal to, I'm going to shade below, but let's double check. I'm going to plug 0, 0 in. 0 minus 2 is -2, so I get 0 is less than or equal to -2. That is not correct. So because this point isn't correct, I have to shade opposite. So I'm going to shade below the line instead of above it. Okay, and then I'm going to graph this in green. Y-intercept of +2, so I go up 2 and hit my point. I use my slope to get my next point. It's -5/1, so I'm going to go down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and to the right 1. Okay, and again, another solid line. So there's my solid line I'm going to graph. It's greater than, so I'm going to shade above, but again, just so I know for sure, I'm going to pick a point, 0, 0, because I can clearly tell that this line doesn't go through it. Plug it in. And we have 0 is greater than or equal to 2, because -5 times 0 is 0, 0 plus 2 is 2. Is 0 greater than or equal than 2? No, so I shade above the line. Because this isn't true, I shade away from it. Okay, now what do you notice? Hopefully that there's green and red shading overlapping, because that's your solution area. So everything in this shaded area, the overlapped shaded area, is our solution. So basically like 2 and then -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, -6 is a solution. 3, -6. 4, -7, because they are all in this double shaded region. So that's our solution to your system of inequalities. So let's practice this a little bit more. So what do we do when we have an inequality in standard form? Well, get y by itself, just like we did before. So subtract your 4x from both sides, and you'll have y is less than -4x plus 2. This, y is greater than or equal to -2, and I put in your notes, remember, when you have y equals something, it's going to be a horizontal line. That's this way, okay? So let's graph that. I'm going to do the same, top in red, bottom in green. Okay, so here, let's graph that up 2, plot my point, and then use my slope, -4. It's going to be -4/1. I'm going to go down 4, and then to the right 1. And then this is a dashed line because it's just less than, oh, that's a bad angle. Okay, so there's my dashed line. And it's going to be shaded below, but I can test my point 0, 0 just to be sure. We'll have 0 is less than 2. -4 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. So 0 is less than 2. That is true. So it's everything below this line is being shaded. Okay, then y is greater than -2. Like I said, -2 is going to be a horizontal line. It's going to go through -2 here. And it's going to also be dashed. So that solution is everything above that line. And so where is our solution? It's where the red and green overlap. So here and here is our solution area. And you could pick umpteen solutions to this inequality, but they have to fit in this shaded area. So that actually takes me to this, identify 3 solutions to the system of equations. Well, that's this problem here. So let's identify 3 solutions here. Pick 3 points that are in there. negative 2, 1. Okay, there's one, negative 2, 1. That's in that shaded area. We could do negative 2, 2, negative 3, 1. It's unlimited, the amount of answers you could choose. And then finally, let's graph this. So luckily it's already solved for y for us. Okay, so we're here. I'm going to go again red for our first one, and then green for the second. So y is less than 4, again a horizontal line, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's going to be a dashed, whoops. Okay, switch that up. My first one's going to be in green. It's going to be a dashed line through 4, and it's going to be y is less than 4. So again, pick 0, 0. Well, 0 is less than 4, that's true, so it needs to shade underneath that line. And then let's graph y is greater than or equal to x minus 3. Graph my y-intercept of negative 3, and then go up 1 over 1, because our slope is 1 over 1. And then that's going to be a solid line. And here, it's greater than, so we shaded above. We can check. Let's plug 0, 0 in. 0 is greater than or equal to 0 minus 3. So 0 is greater than or equal to negative 3. Yes, it is. So we shade above that. And so our solution set is everywhere where these shadings overlap. When you can't even see it all, there's so much there. And I didn't make my graph big enough. Okay, so same thing, you could identify multiple solutions that are in that set. 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, negative 1, 0, etc. If you have any questions, make sure you bring them in and ask.